Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Good Morning Northeast with me, Debajyoti Das Gupta. And viewers, this morning, once again, I'm very happy and very excited and what's more important, I'm very delighted because I'm sure that by the end of the episode, when I walk out of the studio, I'll have a sound knowledge about what fashion and styling is all about, because I could lay my hands on to a fashionista this morning. She is Meher Ahmed. She's actually got into her credit of styling many Bollywood celebrities like Kalki Kekla, who happens to be my favorite, Priyanka Chopra, Kareena Kapoor, Alia Bhatt, Nawazuddin Siddiqui, Randeep Hooda, and the list goes on and on. And she also shares a very good rapport with Neha Dhupia. I'm sure that she is a good buddy to her as well. So without any further ado, let me roll the camera to my guest this morning, Meher Ahmed. Good morning.
I'm honored. Thank you. I'm really honored. That's quite flattering.
Well, how are you?
I'm really good.
You're really good. So
Yeah.
you are based out of Bombay and you're in Guwahati. So you're with Northeast Live Studios. What's the feeling?
This is amazing because I never knew that, I never thought actually I'm going to be having a chat with you about my work, because my work has always been running around, figuring things out, clothes nikalo, like, you know, get the shoots done, and get the pictures ready and get the cover done. So like today I'm actually talking about it. This is like, wow.
Well, I am so happy and so delighted because I was actually looking for a stylist for quite some time, because we usually get to encounter with fashion designers, and I think the fashion designers and the job profile of a designer and a stylist is completely different. It's at the end of the day, a person, what his appearance looks like comes from the stylist. So I think I'm very happy because I got to meet you so that I get to know a little more about styling and I could improve my style sense, style statement.
No, I think you are quite a dapper. I
love my God, I'm honored. Thank you.
Yeah, the way you've dressed up and everything, it's really nice, monotone. That's what's in. So quite nice.
Well, thank you so very much. Well, Meher, why not? I'm sure that I have given a rough introduction about yourself. Why not you give a little bit, tell a little bit about yourself so that the people can probably connect to you more.
So, should I look at you?
Of course, yes, no worries.
So basically, I am born and brought up in Guwahati. I'm a pure Assamese thoroughbred girl.
Oh my God.
And
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Are you a bhatua as well? Do you love to eat rice?
I love bhatua. Like without bhat, there's nothing else.
Fantastic.
Like, you know, one meal, as much as I would try to go on a diet and, you know, like, oh my God, I have to eat healthy, but rice has to be there. I mean, that's staple for me.
Oh, fantastic.
And I'm very close to my culture, and this is what even I am trying to, you know, talk about and get awareness, because Mekhela Sador is one thing which I'm embracing on my everyday work. So even when I go for my shoots or, you know, like fashion institutes like Pearl Academy has called me for master classes. So, you know, it's how we embrace it and how this is my small way to show the world my culture and everything. Coming back to my roots, I had studied in St. Mary's.
St. Mary's, Guwahati?
Yes. And
no wonder you were so eloquent.
Oh, thanks to the sisters.
Yes.
all credit goes to them. And then I studied in faculty. Then I went to NIFT, Bangalore. And from there, I had a small stint with MTV Roadies. So I think I was the first Assamese girl to be in MTV Roadies, to be selected. And then that's when I realized there is someone called stylist, and they used to style us for MTV Music Awards and all these things. And then I was like, you know what, this is insane. This is beautiful. I mean, nobody, like, I never had that knowledge about, I always knew, I was a design student, right? I was a design student, so I thought probably fashion designing is where my goal is. But when I saw styling, which is a completely different genre of things, and I was like, this is where I want to be. And it's almost like, I've never stopped. This is like almost 15 years now.
So basically you mean to say that MTV plays a very important role in your life, choosing your profession?
Not really. MTV was just a window to what I could and what I am today. It was just a window to show me that there is a whole array of creativity. Today we have stylists, today we have fashion curators, today you have personal shoppers. There is so much going on in the field of fashion. So this is what I want people in Northeast to do. I want to help them as well, because when I started it, there was like, it was like I was like going on my own, and you know, now I know what things are. When I was working with different publications, when I was working with Vogue, I saw a completely different world of like brands which I did not even know the actual pronunciation, and that's when
especially the French ones.
Yeah, especially the French and the Italian ones.
Okay.
And you always learn, don't feel shy. There is nothing to feel shy. If you don't know what Louis Vuitton is, you learn it from somewhere. And now we have Instagram and the net. When I was starting off, there wasn't that much access to things, right? But now everyone knows what's in. Everyone knows what's what's happening in Milan, what's happening in Italy. Everyone has access to it, and I think people in Northeast have always been the pioneers of fashion.
Absolutely. Well, Meher, coming back to a very root now, I think that everybody has sort of an endurance when they wake up and they probably step into professional field. So how did you actually manage to break through all the glass ceiling and step into a world which was not really, you were not quite acquainted with this fashion and probably styling. So how did you manage to break through the glass ceiling?
Actually, it was just, I was sure determined to do what I like. There was lots of hardship because, of course, I would not say that in fashion industry it also works with reference. You know, but I have come from scratch. There is no way, and my family is totally away from this field that I would have any kind of reference. It's sure hard work. And Bombay has been a city which I'm very grateful of. It just gives you back. If you're working hard, the city is giving you back. And I have been so blessed to work with people like all these celebrities and publication house. They love the fact that, you know, you're working hard, they will give it back to you.
Okay. So you don't really believe in the concept of nepotism, which is too much in talk.
It is. I do believe in it. But for me, it has totally not worked. Like I have never had to go through it. It's just everyone works on your worth.
I think you have that somewhere in you, and when you have talent, when you have masala, when your upper portion is filled with talents and I think hard work, it's just that you, no matter, no power in this earth can actually stop you or provoke you from coming out and stepping into the world of anything that you desire.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Meher, now coming back to the point that I have been waiting for. You have been working with Priyanka Chopra, my favorite Kalki Kekla, who's a tremendous actress. She's an amazing actor. You have also worked with Alia Bhatt. I think she is a girl who everyone should look up to. You have been working with Kareena Kapoor, Neha Dhupia. How did that happen?
It took me 14 years.
14 years?
Yes, I've been, you know, I have started working at a very young age. And, you know, if people ask me what do I know, I can say I only know to cook and to style. There is no other thing that I know. I love cooking, but this is the only thing I know. So this has not come in one day or a year. So people today, unfortunately, everything is instant gratification. We want it now. We want the name and the fame now. I still feel I am so down there because I have like students who works with me from London College of Fashion, and for me, or even like Singapore fashion schools and Institute of Marangoni, that's from Italy. When these kids come, it's a learning process for me because I always think, never ever think you know too much, you know, that's when your growth is going to end.
But then I want to know, how was it like styling if I really have to go by the definition of diva, that's not really clear to me. I don't really understand what divaness is, but if the definition of diva is something to do with Priyanka Chopra, or probably if it is Sushmita Sen, okay, this is what divaness is. And she's a global star, she's a global icon now. How was it like styling for her?
I have done 2 covers with Priyanka Chopra.
Okay, and when was that?
I don't exactly remember. I can share the images with you. 2 covers with Priyanka Chopra, and it's been, one was when she was doing Mary Com, when she was shooting Mary Com.
Not very long, I think that was recently.
Yeah. And the other one was a few years before that. And both the times, you know, I would say when you have a 9 o'clock call time, she was on set on 9 o'clock.
Oh, professionalism.
So that is a diva for me, you know. You are not coming late to work when it's, you're coming on time, you're doing work on time. For me, we can wait for hours, right, for you, but she was always on time. She was so professional. When the photographer is like ready to shoot, she was there. And that is what a true diva is. And
Absolutely.
it was amazing working with her because she knew exactly what she wanted, and she was like very comfortable, and she did not have any issues, you know, like
no tantrums at all?
Not at all. It was like the first time when I worked with her, I also had like, oh my God, you know, it's like, listen, she's such a big star, and you know, am I gonna do it right? But she was like so professional. If this is okay, the photographer is like, okay, we need to do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. It's like there was no tantrum at all, and I was like, this is a diva.
I think that's a key to success.
That is a key to success. There is no other way but to be professional and humble. You cannot, I think a person who like looks down on people and says that, you know, don't do this, I think you lose it. I'm not your fan.
Now coming back to my favorite actress, Kalki Kapoor, how was it?
Kalki is very reserved.
Very reserved?
Very reserved.
Okay.
And she, I think we have the images, then if you know the images. So
yes.
it was a quite graphically inspired shoot. I worked with her. So it was a mix of graphics and the outfit, and the whole, the concept was like quite sci-fi, and she just did it. So Kalki was like, I mean, she knows what she wants, but at the same time, she's going to be very reserved, and she's going to just do the things.
More than being reserved, I think, is she sort of a demure sort of a person?
Not at all.
Not at all. She's very bold.
She's not bold, but she's not demure as well. She knows what she wants.
Okay, okay.
You know, she'll tell you, this is not working for me, and we change it.
She's upfront there.
She's upfront.
Oh,
she's
that's
upfront.
that's
she's not going to beat
perfect.
around the bush.
That's so beautiful. Okay,
Yeah.
so now coming back to a point, me being, I am a male, and I personally feel that I am one of the most underprivileged sex when it comes to fashion, when it comes to the glamour, not exactly the glamour industry, but when it comes to style and fashion. And the designers and of course the stylist doesn't really do much about us. Why?
I would beg to differ. Men's fashion is going in another zone. You know,
But I cannot play around with colors. I cannot.
Of course you can. Of course. Like men's fashion, if like, I don't know, you should call me.
I will. Now on this, I'll ensure I do that.
No offense, but you know, it's amazing. Men's fashion is like totally changed. Men are open to trying new styles. Like, look at you. You're wearing like a knitted pullover, and you know, like crop pants, and you know, this is so chic. You know
Like
your
what, I'm
thing.
honored.
Yeah, I think it's a misconception that men's styling hasn't taken a new bend in the development of fashion. Absolutely not.
But I don't think we have too many stuffs to experiment on, or we don't have too many variations to put on every day on a day-to-day life.
I think you don't need too many variations, because if I was your stylist, what I would do is I will understand your work profile, what do you do, what are your tastes, what do you like, and I'm going to make a capsule for you. You don't have to wear different looks. It is your style which will be enhanced, and it will be added. I'm not going to like suddenly, being fashionable doesn't mean leaving what you are. There are certain things, probably you would like a Chinese collared shirt, and that's you. And you don't have to remove that completely. What you are, keep that and enhance it. So it's not that you have to be completely different and you have like, oh my God, a printed shirt and pink pants and you know, like go opulent. No, it's not about that. And I am a minimalist. I mean, the people in the industry knows I'm a very minimalist stylist. I believe in clean cuts and, you know, very classic silhouettes. So if you see, like, most of my works are very classic. I don't do street fashion.
Okay, well, Meher, in that case, I think the moment I come back, I'll talk to you more about my style. You have to give me some styling tips.
Yeah.
Well, viewers, now it's time for me to slip into a short break, but please stay tuned with me in Good Morning Northeast, because I am in conversation with Meher Ahmed, and she's just nailing it. I'm just having a whale of a time in conversation with her. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Good Morning Northeast with me, Devajyoti Dasgupta, and this morning I am in conversation with Meher Ahmed, and she stated that she would give me some styling tips. But before that, Meher, why not we actually look into the television screen so that we get to see a little bit of your work that you have done.
Sure.
You have accomplished too many things, but we could just lay our hands on to some of them.
Yeah,
so let's have a look, viewers.
For sure.
Okay, now Meher, tell me what I can do. Because I am sort of a person, I cannot really play around with colors. I cannot experiment with things too much. I love, because I have got a bulging belly, which I have to really take care of that.
Yeah, okay.
Black is my favorite, and I love certain sober color. And I'm not too loud when it comes to fashion.
Okay. So let's start with what you like. Black is your
Of course,
favorite.
yes,
Is your
absolutely.
favorite color.
Yeah.
But I think when you are into television, like when we work in television, we avoid blacks.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, black makes you look blotchy. Black is like very hard. It's a very strong color. So all the attention goes to black.
Okay.
So what you have to do is never, when we work, like I shoot on television. This is what I'm doing when I do campaigns and TVCs, and I never give black. That's a golden rule. Never give black and never give white. Because these are the colors that's going to take all the attention. They bleed.
Okay.
Wear colors which is midnight blue, which is grays, dark grays, like almost jet black grays, but they are not black. There's always a difference. What you are wearing works. Yeah. Secondly, when it comes to accepting or embracing colors, you don't have to jump into like, you know, start taking a smaller dose of stuff. You like black, try wearing not black, but a midnight blue trousers with a powder pink shirt.
Powder pink shirt.
A powder pink shirt. That's going to look amazing. No one's going to say, oh my God, you're like, no, it doesn't. You don't have to wear a Rani pink.
Yes.
Wear a pastel pink. That is an amazing way to go to work. Secondly, about your belly, I don't see any, but it's always good. I preach being healthy, you know.
Okay.
You have to be healthy, not for a six-pack, but for yourself, because when you work out, it's not about just about having a six-pack, but it's mentally also. Yeah. You feel so positive. So exercise and good food and good diet always goes. Fashion is a lifestyle. It's not something ki, matlab, you know, you just go to a showroom, you see the mannequin wearing it, or you see a movie star wearing it, and then you just copy it. No, it has to be a gradual thing, and it has to be a wholesome thing, you know. And secondly, you don't have to be what the world is in trend right now. Right. If I tell you that metallics is in trend, you don't associate with it. Doesn't mean you have to do it. No, you can always be classic. The classics are never out of fashion. There are few classic silhouettes which will never go out of fashion. Like a pinstripe pants will never go out of fashion. You know, like a blue tie will never go out of fashion, you know. A slim fit blazer will never go out of fashion. You keep these staples with you. A crisp off-white shirt, a slim fit shirt, you always should have, because you are in the image industry, you are always out there. These are staples, you always keep it. These are your staples which will never go out of fashion. Invest in it. Invest in good quality of it. Don't invest in, like, you know, don't compromise on these, because these...
On the qualities?
On the quality. Oh. I preach in investing in fewer products with good quality rather than buying many products, cheaper quality.
Well, I think that's a very good thought process. Thank you so much, Meher. Okay, Meher, now coming back to your editorial process.
Yeah.
How does it really work, and how are you being associated with all of them?
So what happens is different publications have different criteria. Now, when I'm shooting with a Femina magazine, it is more about women. When I'm shooting with Filmfare, a cover, it is very different. You know, every publication. Now, do you know about Condé Nast Traveler? It's a travel magazine from Vogue. It's the same publication. So they have a very different criteria. So travel magazine. So every magazine has a viewership, like how we have in this program a viewership. It works like that. So when I come in as a fashion director or a stylist, I give a mood board, of mood reference of different pictures, textures, you know, a theme to the editor, to the editorial team. Now, this is when I was full-time, then we all do it in-house. Now I consult. So what we do is, and that bounces to the celebrity, that this is how we are going to shoot, the photography, the way we are going to shoot, the kind of lighting and everything. So a mood board is presented, and the clothes, what kind of clothes, how are we going to shoot. Editorials is very different from real life. You have to understand, editorials we can play around. It's like an art, you know. So we can play around with different structures and different silhouettes, and you talk about it. It's a story. It is about the personality, and at the same time it is also about what is going on, and you know, the colors and everything. Now, for example, when I've shot with Shilpa Shetty, I know that her styling is very different from Kareena. I would not give the same clothes in spite of what is in fashion. You know, there are every person that I style has a different personality, and if I think that's a key to good stylists is do your homework. Know who you're styling, you know, and you have to understand where they come from and what kind of a personality it works. I cannot give Priyanka Chopra the same clothes or a Kalki. They're two completely different people, you know.
It basically depends on the persona.
Exactly. You have to understand. Now, I mean, other people have a different work process. That's how I work.
Okay, so now again coming back to, you stated that fashion director. So what's really, how does a fashion director really works?
Okay. So, for example, you are a jewelry client. This is what I would do. So, I have done campaigns for a lot of jewelry clients, you know, like I just finished a jewelry campaign with Khazana Jewelers. They are one of the biggest jewelers.
Kalyan Jewelers?
Yeah. Khazana.
Khazana Jewelers.
And Malabar Gold, you know?
Yes, I know that.
Yes, I just did that. So, so what happens is, like, when I'm a fashion director, you have a product. For example, you have a perfume, right? You come up to me and I will give you a whole concept. This is how we should shoot it. This is the kind of a person we should shoot it. This is the kind of a location we should shoot it. I will give you the whole concept. And if I also make clothes, I not just arrange for clothes, I make clothes. So I will design the clothes for you, and I will give you the whole concept and I can also give you a whole team of this is the photographer, because I know this photographer is good for this kind of a campaign, this kind of a model is good for this hair and makeup. So I will set the whole team for you. And every picture that we take, I'm going to say that, okay, this is this location, we're going to shoot this picture, this is the angle, these many models. So that's
so basically, it depends on you. When you are a fashion director, it's you who takes the call.
Yeah.
You can...
the client takes the call.
The client takes the call, but then you can say that, okay, fine, this is what it is.
First.
And if you're not comfortable, what do you do then? If in case you're not comfortable with what you said and the client doesn't really agrees to your very fact, doesn't acknowledge what you said. So,
see, yeah, I understand what you're saying. And there are many times that happens.
Okay.
A client doesn't understand.
Clash
happens.
yeah.
It's very normal because then what we do is we take what I feel, or the whole team, it's never like I never always say that, okay, I want this. No, we all take a collective call. So we take the pictures or the video of what we think works and as well as what the client wants. And then during post, we, you know, have a comparison, and then they get to know what works and what doesn't work, you know.
All right, lovely. Okay, Meher, I want to know another thing from you, that you have seen, I'm sure that you stay in Bombay, however, you are still connected to your roots and you know your basics and you know what's happening into the fashion world here in Assam and probably Northeast. So what's your take in the fashion world here, the fashion fraternity here?
Honestly, my knowledge is very, very limited about this. I am really trying hard to get awareness about I would want students and kids to come with me to Bombay, and I would really want them to work with me, and probably this is the most amazing platform I'm getting to, you know, ask them to step out, come with me, explore the world. There's so much
Thank
more.
you for choosing us.
Yes, of course.
Okay, Meher, now tell me who's your favorite stylist who you really look up to apart from Anayata Ashraf?
Of course, Anayata is the all our role model, and I really look up to her. And she's a very sweet person. Every time we bump into the store, she's like, yeah, we are just like, and you know, I've always looked up to Grace Coddington. She is the creative director of US Vogue, and she has been a veteran in fashion editorial, and I really look up to her. And
well, Meher, I just had a whale of a time. I repeat this once again. It's wonderful talking to you.
I had a great time too. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's hardly you really get so eloquent people who are very, very eloquent in expressing and advocating their thought process. I really had a wonderful time. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and I'm sure that you would again join us sometime whenever whenever you are here in town. Well, thank you so much. Thank you.